Hello everyone and welcome to episode 2 of Music of the Week. Yes, so I did say this was going to be coming at some point in this week, and it is today, on this lovely Tuesday, on this Tuesday that is happening right now in 2021. So yeah, once again, only got 4 albums to cover. This shouldn't take too long. Let's get to it. So we start with Frozen Soul with Corrective Voice. Frozen Soul are a new death metal act from Fort Worth, Texas, and yeah, pretty solid all around. Really good lyrical themes, like sort of a fantasy lean for something of this genre, which you don't really expect. Really good instrumental work. Honestly, just an all-around solid album. I'm giving this one a B+. I heavily enjoyed this one, especially considering how frequent death metal just flew at me in 2020. It was nice to have something that was like a bit more of a taster, if you will. You know, something that was a bit different. It's not exactly super groundbreaking, but it's different enough, and it was definitely good. And for a debut, these guys do a really solid job. So yeah, this one is not going to get a lot of complaints from me. Next is another debut, and spoiler alert by the way, the only album that's not a debut is the last one I'm going to be covering for this episode. Turning to Ashes by Hearts and Hand Grenades. They hail from Buffalo, New York. They're a female-led hard rock band. They've got that sort of like hard rock sort of grit to them. And also their lead vocalist plays bass, which you don't see often enough in rock music, and I think it should be done more. Anyway, yeah, this album, it's got decent enough structuring and pacing. I feel like the attitude of it is a bit off. There is just some things that don't quite match well with others, but it's still fairly decent. I'm giving it a C+. I feel like there was a lot that could have gone better. I'm giving these guys the benefit of the doubt though, because it's a debut hard rock album, and those can be difficult to pull off in their overall like goodness in a way. I mean, the Soviet Machines did do also a really good debuting rock album, but I don't know. There's just something about the way the Hearts and Hand Grenades handled this one that it needed a bit more work put into it, but it's good for what it is, and it does what it needs to do, so I can't really give it anything lower. And they try, bless them. They do try. However, one band I cannot give the benefit of the doubt to is Lice. This is another debut, the last one on this episode, and the album is called Wasteland. What Ails Our People is Clear. I'm giving this a D. Here's the thing, it's a post-punk sort of indie pop weird album. It's weird. But I'm not giving it a D because it's weird. I'm giving it a D because all it is weird and not really good. It has a promising start, then it just derails as it goes along. I cannot keep up with this one, and like, people are giving this fairly good reviews, yeah, but why? I mean, it's amazing how an album with lyrical concepts like space travel, time travel, and talking penises can be this bad. I'm not even making it up. Those are like the themes of this album. It's a concept album that doesn't really tell a story, by the way. It's just... no. Like, Lice, I appreciate you, but you're not, you're not the best post-punk British band from Bristol, mates. Sorry. Yeah, this gets... Like I said, it gets a D, and I'm not going to give it anything lower or higher. I would give it lower if it weren't a debut, I think. But since it is, I'm only going to give it a D. Not a good first impression, though. And also, picking a name based on what I had a lot of throughout my secondary school years is very unfair, and it just reminded me of a lot of bad times, so don't appreciate that. But who needs a good first impression when you can always get a good second impression? That's why we have the last band on this video, Viagra Boys with Welfare Jazz, their second album. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this one. I randomly heard their song Sports, like, some point in the middle of last year. And it's not on this album, by the way, and the song itself came out for their first album. And normally people expect really good metal from Sweden, but it also has really good punk, as Viagra Boys are a really good example of that. And this album, it gets an A. I love the lyricism, like it takes the piss out of toxic masculinity, sexuality. It's really good satire. Really well written. It does have a few too unnecessary instrumental tracks, especially throughout some of the earlier bits of the album, but I am willing to forgive that because the album is just really, really good and has a lot going for it, and Viagra Boys are definitely a band to look out for in the future. So, yeah, gets an A. Can't really complain about this one. Really good stuff. Anywho, yeah, that will about do it for this episode of Music of the Week. I will see you all later tonight for PPW vs AVW. However, I will be getting food soon, so I may not be able to get this video edited before it's up on YouTube. Or I could eat and edit, but I don't like doing that. I don't like getting grease on the keyboard. This video will be up Wednesday, basically, so if you're watching this, if I've posted this on Wednesday and you're watching it then I want to say thank you for watching the PBW vs ABW stream. That happened last night. I don't know what'll happen. But yeah, may as well just end it here. I can't really think of anything else to say. As always, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Bye-bye.